Tonight, a St. Louis County man is behind bars charged with the brutal murders of his mother and his 11-year-old niece. Authorities report that he stabbed both victims inside their Berkeley home. The deceased have been identified as 53-year-old Misha McLeod and 11-year-old Myle Harris. Family members describe McLeod as an immensely talented singer who was deeply devoted to her family. Moshi McLeod was a woman who had endured countless hardships but remained determined to provide a fresh start for her family. She never imagined that her dream of rebuilding her life would be torn apart in such a horrific and unimaginable way. Alongside her granddaughter, Myle Harris, she sought safety and new beginnings in St. Louis. However, the place meant to offer refuge became the site of a devastating betrayal at the hands of her own son, Laurent Auquin. Despite his troubled past, Moshi never gave up hope that Laurent could change. She believed in second chances, believing that the stability of family life might guide him toward a better path. In the end, her kindness became a fatal mistake. This was not just an act of violence. It was a betrayal of the deepest kind, committed by the one person she trusted above all others. What led to such an unspeakable crime? Were there warning signs that were ignored? This case forces us to confront difficult questions about family loyalty, the consequences of neglecting mental health struggles, and the terrifying repercussions of untreated emotional pain. Moshi McLeod, also known by her stage name Black Sapphire, was a passionate lyricist and performer who aspired to a successful music career. Though widespread fame eluded her, her love for music remained unwavering. Over the years, she dedicated much of her energy to raising her children and later her beloved granddaughter, Myle. Struggling financially but determined to create a better future, Moshi relocated from Seattle to St. Louis in 2023 with Myle. She saw the move as a leap of faith, an opportunity for new beginnings and a fresh start for both of them. In St. Louis, she found work and even attempted to reconnect with the local music scene. Despite hardships, she remained a fighter, always striving for stability. Myle, an energetic and loving girl, was the light of Moshi's life. She was always ready to help, always smiling, always bringing joy to her grandmother. Their bond was unbreakable, built on love and shared dreams of a brighter future. But that future was stolen in the most tragic way imaginable. Laurent Auquin, Moshi's 28-year-old son, had a well-documented history of violence and criminal activity. He struggled with mental health issues for years, yet never received consistent treatment. Despite past threats and warning signs, Moshi allowed him to move in with her and Myle, hoping family support would provide him with stability. However, tensions in the home escalated. Laurent had threatened both Moshi and Myle multiple times. Law enforcement had already been called to the house on several occasions. In fact, just days before the murders, Moshi reached out to the police, fearing for their safety. She had planned to get a restraining order against her son, but the process had not been completed in time. Then, on June 15, 2024, Laurent posted a chilling message on social media. "You guys better pray for your people." Less than an hour later, Myle made a frantic phone call to her mother, crying in terror. She had been stabbed. Desperate, her mother contacted the police, but by the time officers arrived, it was too late. Inside the home, they discovered Moshi lifeless in the living room, her body bearing multiple stab wounds. Myle was found in her bedroom, also stabbed to death. 3 bloodied knives lay near their bodies. Outside the house, Laurent, covered in blood, stood in a dazed and confused state. He was arrested immediately. The community was left in shock. How had this happened? Why weren't Laurent's escalating threats taken seriously? Could this tragedy have been prevented? Laurent's violent tendencies had long been known. His criminal history included assaults, robbery, and illegal possession of firearms. Diagnosed with mental illness, he had never received proper treatment, and his untreated condition ultimately made him a danger to himself and those closest to him. Moshi had done everything she could to seek help, but the system failed her. Despite reporting Laurent's threats, no immediate action was taken. The restraining order she sought was not processed in time. This tragic failure highlights the dire need for more effective intervention and mental health support. Laurent Auquin has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of armed criminal action. He remains in custody without bond, awaiting trial. But even if justice is served in the courtroom, nothing can undo the devastating loss of Moshi and Myle. Their deaths serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of neglecting mental health issues. How many more lives must be lost before we take mental illness seriously? How do we ensure that families seeking protection receive the help they need before tragedy strikes? As their loved ones mourn, Moshi's family is using their pain to advocate for mental health awareness and reform. They hope to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future by urging the system to act before it's too late. The loss of Moshi McLeod and Myle Harris is an immeasurable tragedy. Moshi's dreams, her music, her unwavering love for her family, all of it was taken in an instant. Myle, a bright and loving child, was robbed of a future full of potential and promise. Their story is a heartbreaking testament to the dangers of untreated mental illness and the failures of a system that did not act in time. As we remember their lives, let their deaths serve as a call to action, a plea to prioritize mental health care, to recognize the warning signs, and to protect those in danger before it's too late. What are your thoughts on this case? Could this crime have been prevented? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Rest in love, Moshi and Myle. You will never be forgotten. Please support me, subscribe my channel, and hit the like button and press the bell icon.